Hello everybody. Today I'd like to talk to you about LTI, or Learning Tool Interoperability. And it's a standard by which many developers these days are working. And essentially what it means is that if you're in Haiku and you wish to bring content from a third-party source in which you have created content as well, you no longer have to go back and forth necessarily between one site and the other. As I will show you in a moment. Many developers make it so that you can bring the content directly into Haiku and add it as you would any other content block. Let me show you what I mean. So I'm in my test class. On the audio page, I'm going to add a content block. Now, when you add the content block, I'm going to go to the third tab, Connect and Assess, down to Activity. This is a new section, and you will see two options here, Quizlet and Educreations. We'll leave out SCORM for now. But both of these are familiar to many teachers. If you haven't used them, Educreations is a wonderful little way to take an iPad, record a sample lecture while you're talking to your students or on your own, and publish it to your account on Educreations. And it's a little audio and video screencast of what you did. Really great for showing discrete lessons, math examples, examples in science, calculations, drawings, anything you want to describe to a student how to do something in a discrete lesson format. This is a great way to do it. Quizlet, I can't imagine a single student who hasn't used a Quizlet before. You sign up, you make these Quizlets, and they're great ways to review topics and vocabulary words for definitions, etc., etc. A million ways to use them, but they're also a fantastic way for a teacher to create a review activity and post it on a website like your class page in Haiku for your students to review. So let's go ahead and choose Quizlet. And you want to put, this is a test preparation, okay? Description. All right, just like anything else in Haiku. And we'll move on to the next section. It says it's saved as a draft. Okay. Now, this basically now you're in Quizlet. It has tunneled out of Haiku, and now you're still in Haiku, but this little window is within Quizlet, and you're going to search. You say, okay, let's search history. Okay, lots and lots of stuff here. Again, if you know the title of the Quizlet you're looking for, especially if you made it in your account, you would just type the title in there. But just for fun, let's go, I don't know, AP World History, Chapter 20, you know, let's say this was your Quizlet, okay? And that's the one I want to add there. I want it in flashcard format. You have several styles to choose from. I'm going to say, good, let's choose this one. All right, resource selected, okay? And I'm going to go down below here is a link called Publish. And now you get the details. How do I want, I'm going to publish it now. I want it, you have the opportunity of making a gradebook entry. So if you have some way of recording if students have done it or not, you can put a gradebook entry associated with this block in your page. I'm going to put it on the audio page. That's where I happen to be in my class. I'm going to put it down here, the block placement. Again, these are the usual Haiku options. And I'm going to embed it because I want it to show up in the page. And then this button right here is the Finish button. And it may take a moment to show up. Okay, let's see how quickly this will show. It's going to go grab the content and bring it back. Okay, we'll refresh the page here. Again, it may take a moment to show up. There it is. Now, what you're going to notice is you've got this nice frame. Here's the link, so even if you don't see anything here, the kids can click the link and go there. But you're like, well, isn't it supposed to appear here? And yes, it is. Well, if I drag my window down, up here, I happen to be in Firefox, but any browser does the same thing. If you look up here in the browser, you're going to see this little shield here. And it's right next to the URL that you're in. All right, and if you click the shield, you're going to be saying, hey, it blocks insecure content, and you have your options, and you disable protection for now. Right? It will then allow the content to come through. And you'll see now it's thinking. And this is the only downside, that your students are actually going to have to do this. and click the little shield, okay? And now notice there's a little red line through the shield. But here now, embedded in your page, is the Quizlet. Okay. Now there are many third-party applications that we can add to Haiku as LTIs. Some of them are just free, like Quizlet and EduCreations. Some of them require accounts that have, a paid service associated with them. These are discussions that we certainly can have, but I want to make people aware that these are options that we have for modifying how we use Haiku and the types of content that you can display to your students. All right? Let me know if you have any questions.